Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to another episode of me, Shadow Wizard at Shadow Up, a podcast about reviews about media. Well, media stuff. At the moment it's MLP and Tokusatsu because I don't have time for another thing which I haven't decided or written up. So basically, this is going on to Kamen Rider Zi-O. The Kamen Rider Force, Vice, and Wizard arcs. To be fair, Force and Vice is the same arc sharing, while Wizard is by its own arc, which is interesting. So, I will split this up into two halves. First half is for Force and Vice story arc, and Kamen Rider Wizard story arc. Basically, it's just reference to those two. So basically, for Kamen Rider Force and Vice, the episodes are Switchy on 2011 and Go 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 913 and 2003. That's Vice. I meant Go 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 is meaning 555 in Japanese if you don't know. So basically, it's an interesting combo. It's explained in a supplementary episode thing about it's the fourth Heisei era episode season and fourth Neo Heisei seasons. Just saying, in Kamen Rider it is split into two main eras, but in the second one it could also split one more. But basically, it is mainly Showa and Heisei. Showa is before 2000, and Heisei is 2000 onwards, starting with Kuga. And the third one is called Neo Heisei, which is from double onwards. And upcoming, there's a new era coming, but I don't want to go into it. So basically, let's see. Let's start with the characters. So basically, Boss is a still amazing narrator. I will not repeat that part again because it's pretty much every episode at this point. Also, the Swatche, I can't even pronounce it right. He is the third villain for this part of the story we see. Well, as in third arc, which would probably and he's the oldest by the looks of it and the most mature. Which I can't say anything about it. For Gates and Wars, we finally see actually there's some tensions, but we don't know what the tension is. Okay, and this time, Kamen Rider, another Forza and another Vice is the same person, which I'm not going to explain. So for the characters who we bring back from Kamen Rider Force, we only bring in a support and Ultraman hero people from 5 years after. Well, from then 5 years after, because it's already past 5 years from Force last year from Kamen Rider Biogenesis, whatever. Genesis Heisei Rider, I think. And for Kamen Rider 5, it is in a way Takumi and Kosaka. Note, since the timeline is changed, spoilers, Kosaka won't die at the moment, he's experienced death twice. I'm not sure for the Heisei first Showa movie why he's even dead. I know he's for the first time, Also, we see Kamen Rider clubs somewhat exist. It does not explain why they exist in this version because of time altering stuff, but it's still there. Okay, so moving on. And the suits for Forza, another Forza, and another Vice is interesting. Another Forza, I don't remember what I'm thinking of connecting as the opposite of Forza, maybe a hatred or something, but I can't tell. Meanwhile, for Kamen Rider Vice, it's pretty easy because his eyes is more obvious, and his chest is more white, and the white is based on the feelings from Kamen Rider Vice is called orphaness. I can't even say his name right. Also, I was expecting Inoue Takumi actually going to his roof orphanage. I can't even say that straight. So basically, Other than that, after receiving 2 Ride Watch, which is 5's Ride Watch and 4's Ride Watch, not in order because 4's got it first. The 4 suit is one transformation. It's really good. Not the best. I don't like the complete, but not the worst. While for 5's, it's what fits at least. And they finally get good use for the 5's phone. In the supplementary, they were joking around. It doesn't mean that. It technically does, so they messed it up. Okay, moving on to Kamen Rider Wizard, which is basically episode 7 and 8, which is episode 7 is called Magic Showtime 2018, which is reference to the show's slogan, Showtime. Showtime. Episode 8, which is also a Kamen Rider Wizard episode, is, well, reference to it is Beauty and the Beast 2012. This is reference to Kamen Rider Beast, which he appears predominantly, but it's also the title is also reference to the Disney film, which I'm not going to sing or say anything about it, as that part I don't remember, and I don't like Beauty and the Beast. Okay, so basically, also, I'm based on Kamen Rider Wizard. I am not related to Kamen Rider Wizard in this version because story stuff. If you read my backstory, you'll understand. I would include the Kamen Rider Zi-O version into my backstory at some point. I would add it on later on, but at this point, not really. Okay, for the first half of it, Magic Showtime 2012, I actually don't like it. I wish it could be better, but it's not the best. It's too much explanation and not much action, even if the action is really bad. I wish it could be better within like the first 6 episodes, as the first 6 actually does have explanation and stuff. For this one I'm just like, what? But at least it got good footages from the first episode and the 3rd episode of Kamen Rider Wizard. Well, at least episode 1, 3, and something else, which is pretty good to show, oh, we realized this, and yada yada yada. It's pretty good. The plot device to use is in Kamen Rider X8 and Build. They actually use a similar thing, like when they first transform and another rider appear, we see what happened and how they lose the power. Like, well, for Build, they just lose the power as they're fighting another rider. For X8, it was during episode 2 when they lose the power. Well, he was fighting, that's another thing, but he lost it in episode 2. For Kamen Rider Forza, it was an early episode, and Kamen Rider 5, I think it's the first or second episode. I watched Kamen Rider 5 recently. I can tell you, don't put it off. That's what I did, but I'm going to rant at this point. Let's move on. This is actually the first time in this series we see a passive another rider. Basically another rider that doesn't actually hurt other people. They just want to make a profit. The reason he got the power is to save his business. And then he sees his interest wanting to marry and stuff happens. Okay, so basically this time we also see more of Waza and Gates issues. But before that we see Waz and Sugo actually explaining stuff. Basically Waz actually is really loyal to Sugo, even though he is sort of agitated when wanting him to actually become a demon king. A bad one, not a good one, that Sugo wanting to do. But at least we see them actually cooperating and explain a few things, like how to get their memory back, defeat another rider for the first time with normal power. That actually explains a lot. Like in previous episodes, I'm just like, what? Why? Is it because the right watch give them the power? No. is actually he, after defeating them for the first time, they temporarily remember. And also Kamen Rider Beast still like mayonnaise. Okay. Another thing is we're not sure what happened to Kamen Rider Beast ride watch other than him actually keeping it. He's like, oh, you can have Kamen Rider Wizard ride watch. I'm keeping this just because of reasons. And other than that, let's look into the design of another wizard and Kamen Rider Gates wizard armor. Or wizard form, I don't remember. Another wizard was okay. It's pretty much death and evil and stuff reference, which clan, which is basically a skeleton, which is actually a nice touch. As in Kamen Rider Wizard, its hand is actually a normal hand. For the design of the Kamen Rider Wizard, well, Gates Wizard armor, I meant, his suit was pretty interesting as we see when he transforms. Wizard portal goes over him and become part of it, which is unique, but I don't love it or hate it. Basically, it's a weird mix because some things I could see, like its cape, its long thing, and some things, but some other things I don't think it would work. But it's more of the weird mix and match. Also, they made a Magi Ranger. Mystic Force, if you're from the West, would probably be most of you, but I don't think it's courage in Mystic Force. But in Magi Ranger, courage is one of the most important thing. Other than that, I think for the Kamen Rider 4's advice arc, it's really pretty good. Not the best. I still prefer X8, and I'm pretty much looking forward for episode 9 and 10, which is a tribute to Kamen Rider O's and Kamen Rider Genom, which is pretty much the next episode is called Gen Master 2016, which is Kamen Rider Genom, then Kurito, mainly predominantly by looks of it, but in episode 10, Hawk, Tiger, and Grasshopper, which is from, the title is Hawk, Tiger, Grasshopper 2010, which is mainly Kamen Rider O's. The only spoiler I'm going to say is Dan Kurito, Enji and that girl from Kamen Rider O's is actually coming back, which is pretty good. Where it's a while since, and it's a weird, interesting combination of O's and X8, as this is the first one combination of after the Neo Heisei era combination, because before that we got separate episodes and the combination of fours. I'm not gonna say anything because it's pretty bad, but I saw some things coming up, like episode 11, and by looks of it, maybe 12, it's Kamen Rider Gaim. Also, other than that, I'll see you later at the next episode. Shadow Wizard